Welcome to our posts. Today we will see stories of r/ProRevenge. How I got a car dealership to give my friend a newer car. Circa 2020 January, my friend makes a stupid decision and buys a brand new car he can't afford. His insurance is like $400 a month, he makes like $10.25 an hour working as a shift supervisor at McDonald's. His car payment is like $795 a month. Now at $10.25 an hour, 30 hours a week, that's a weekly income of about $300 a week or about $1,230 a month, so yeah. So my friend came to me for help because I used to sell cars and know the industry pretty well. I go over his paperwork. The dealer did rip him off, but my friend is trying to find a way to get out of this mess. And ripping someone off isn't illegal. They did of course overcharge him for warranty, they gave him a higher APR, they had add-ons, etc. But none of that is illegal, and I know the only way I can get my friend out of this deal is if they did something illegal. So I look at his finance application that my friend signed, it correctly listed his income. Which turned a light bulb on in my head. No bank is going to approve someone for a $795 car payment if they are only making $1,200 a month. It does not make mathematical sense to do that. So I start searching through his paperwork for the finance app the dealer submitted to the bank. Oftentimes when you submit a finance application at a dealership, the dealership will take the hand-filled out application and reproduce it electronically. This is pretty normal. However, on the application the dealer submitted to the bank, the dealer said my friend was a general manager of the McDonald's and made $70,000. My friend had good credit, so it doesn't appear like the bank asked for proof of income. So I go to the dealership with my friend and tell the sales manager he's going to want to put me in touch with the general manager because we are going to be unwinding my friend's deal and giving his trade-in back. The sales manager thought I was joking, the general manager also thought I was joking. Then I demonstrated how his dealership finance department committed bank fraud. I showed the general manager the finance app my friend filled out. I then showed the general manager the finance app his dealership submitted to the bank and pointed at the income difference. My friend really made $14,000 a year, the dealership claimed my friend made $70,000 a year. That's bank fraud, that's a felony, let's keep this simple, shall we? The general manager sees his dealership is in a load of crap. The proof I am presenting to him is rock solid. He knows it, I know it, we are all on the same page. He goes, okay, so what can I do to make this right? I go, unwind the deal, give me my friend his trade-in back. Unwinding the deal is basically the general manager agreeing to cancel the deal, and basically erasing the deal and pretending it never happened. General manager tries to avoid that, but I remain firm and remind him we can easily take this documentation and turn his life in a living hell. He knows I'm right. My friend also needs a car to get to work the next day. The general manager says he'll check into it. He comes back and tells me unfortunately they sold his trade-in already. I said that's fine, unwind the deal and let's put my friend into something as good or slightly better than what he traded in for. So the general manager goes, so he'll buy a car similar to his trade-in? I said no, you'll give him a car similar to his trade-in. The general manager goes, it doesn't work that way. I go, it does when you commit bank fraud. General manager is upset with me and I remind him. I'm being really nice and this situation can totally get really ugly. Like felony level charges ugly. Like losing your franchise ugly. So yeah, this is going hurt, but it's going hurt less my way. So the general manager goes alright and he looks in his inventory and he tells me they have a 2007 Focus with 10k more miles. I tell him, no, the car you give my friend needs to be the same or better than what he traded in. The general manager counters, I'm giving him a free car, and I go, no, you took his trade-in, you sold it, you made money on that sale, you also committed a felony in the process of selling him his new car, you are now correcting that mistake. This isn't a free car for my friend, this is you are correcting your mistake. General manager insists that's what he's willing to do. I tell him if he can't do better then that we will go to a consumer protection attorney and have a conversation with them. My friend didn't want to go this route, but it was our plan B. We get up, the general manager says wait, give me a second. The general manager goes, I have a 08 Civic, it has 5k more miles, but it's a Civic and not a Focus. I unwind the deal on the new car, and put your friend in the Civic at no extra cost. We agree. General manager has the paper drawn up, the old loan on the new car is cancelled, they take in the new car again, but because it's already titled they'll have to sell it as used, that sucks for them, and they gave my friend a better car than the one he traded in. 4 people asking why we didn't get a lawyer involved from the start. We could have done that. But courts take a long time, and this was a faster way to fix the situation. Next story. Using my parking space? All good, you will be using it forever. So I'm living in Japan now and hear people ride bicycles a lot. You can't leave your bike anywhere and you have to pay for parking, between $1 and $2 per day. There are very few free parking areas for bicycles. Most people leave their bikes at the same place so they pay monthly because it's cheaper and you have your own space. This started a couple of weeks ago. Someone in my building started having a guest who decided to steal my bicycle parking space whenever they came to visit it. Sometimes they stayed the whole night, so I had to go to the station, pay $1 and come all the way home walking, which meant I would need to walk to the station the next day, getting up earlier, walk like 20 minutes to the station while carrying my heavy bag. All the bicycle spaces have a number, which means they are reserved for someone. Mine is the 105, but this crap decided to take mine whenever they came to visit. The second time this happened, I told the building manager, but they didn't do anything. The third time I saw the bicycle there, it was the same red expensive bicycle. I left a note in Japanese saying, "Please don't leave your bicycle here, this is my space and I am using every day." I found the note taped, with the tape I used to tape it on their bike, to my parking space, and it had a couple of bad words in Japanese at the end. Basically, he was not only stealing my space but making fun of me by insulting me. Fine, it's just fine. I probably wouldn't have done anything about it if he hadn't written those words. This triggered me and got the worst in me. This person did it again a couple of times, so I knew this would continue. I was thinking about buying another bicycle, a better, more expensive one I could use to go on cycling trips, so a good chain/luck was needed anyway. I bought one of the thickest they had at the store and decided to try its efficiency. I locked his bicycle next time I saw it there. It hasn't moved for the last 7 days. There were 2 notes. The first one was a very aggressive one, with more bad words and threats about going to the police, which I don't care, let's go that way buddy. Second note days later was an apology and they begged for me to unlock the bike because they tried to break it but they couldn't. I guess he has learned his lesson. I'm pretty sure he won't do it again, but I just want to enjoy this feeling of victory a couple of days more. I will free it in 2 to 3 days, I guess. Next story. Mom takes down the homeowners association from the inside. My neighborhood does not have a homeowners association. At least, not anymore. When my parents first moved in, my older sibling maybe 2 years old and with me as a little glowworm, there was an homeowners association. They took money from the neighborhood in exchange for their services. At first, and for quite a while, my parents just kind of shrugged it off. The homeowners association shoveled the snow off the streets in winter and dealt with trash collection, so they were doing something worthwhile, right? Ha! No. The city controlled the snowplows and garbage trucks, not the homeowners association. But still, there was the illusion of effort. And besides, one summer they decided to contact a company to plant new trees all over the neighborhood. The fact that the company was owned by the son of the head of the homeowners association was totally coincidental. The trees were the beginning of the end for the homeowners association. Why? Well, my grandma on my dad's side was visiting when they came around to plant the trees. My grandma, who was a certified master gardener. And so she stared through the windows of our house as the guys planting the trees just dropped the saplings on the grass. Still with their roots inside the bag they came in. No holes dug, no holes cut, just a bagged sapling lying on the grass like a pathetic and sad stick. The saplings laid there all night. No one came back to actually do their job and plant them. My master gardener, grandma mentioned offhand that those saplings were going to die unless they got in the soil. And something clicked in my mom's head. She was paying the homeowners association money, actual money, every month, while both she and my dad worked, taking care of 2 very little kids, sending us to daycare and preschool and arranging babysitters and feeding us, and the homeowners association was just going to pull this half-assed crap instead of do what she's paying them for? No. No F way. So she showed up to the head of the HOA's house and basically demanded that the trees get planted properly like she's apparently paying for them to. The head of the homeowners association, so excited for someone actually caring about the neighborhood, made their second mistake. They asked if Mom wanted to join the homeowners association. She agreed. The trees were planted, but most didn't make it. My grandma was right. First things first, my mom showed up to the next homeowners association meeting. There were like 5 people there. No wonder they asked Mom to join, they desperately needed the people. So Mom looked at this collection of white people, herself included, who weren't even paying money to the homeowners association like the rest of the neighborhood. All the contractors the homeowners association called in were close relatives of other homeowners association members and weren't paid by the homeowners association. After all, they're family. So my mom started digging. She spent pretty much a full summer taking down the homeowners association before she had to go back to teaching in the fall. With me carted along after her and my sibling old enough to be in school or daycare, she dug through the years of paperwork detailing the homeowners association financial situation. And she found something extremely enlightening. The homeowners association didn't actually do anything. Well, they didn't do anything to benefit the community. Everything they claimed to do was either covered by the individual homeowner or by the city itself. So they were collecting money from all the neighborhood residents under false pretenses, and actually they weren't even supposed to be in our neighborhood. Their association's zone was a whole different neighborhood. So what is a working mother of 2 small children to do while her husband is off at work and she's off for the summer? She goes door to door with pamphlets. Me and my sibling in a stroller as she weaves her way through the neighborhood blocks, pamphlets explaining the situation and how to stop paying for services you'll never get. Pamphlets that are, of course, written in both English and Spanish to account for the high amount of Latino and Hispanic people in our neighborhood. And naturally, she got a lawyer. And an accountant. It put a major dent in her pocket, but if it meant the entire neighborhood wasn't exploited for money each month, it was worth every penny. Another homeowners association member helped her sift through the documents and data and pass out pamphlets and encourage people to show up to the meetings, but had to back out because of work-related reasons. My mom rolled up to the courthouse flanked by the lawyer and accountant, her kids safe at home with her husband, and had more than enough evidence to get the homeowners association the fuck out of her neighborhood, expose the fraudsters for the frauds they were, and make sure that no homeowners association would ever push their luck in our neighborhood. It's been almost 19 years, and no one's even tried making another homeowners association in our neighborhood. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel or posts.